Morning, everybody. Welcome to TeamODZ Live. Right. There we go. Happy Monday. It's been in and out of Discord, and this is having a bit of fun with Discord, which will be along in about 20 minutes. So we'll see. I wanted to get the magnificent A route badge, riding it on my own rather than a Tour de Zwift event, because I'll be about halfway done by the time the next Tour de Zwift event is starting. So get going. Listen, too late. How long it takes me? Around 2.5. I might put it in for a Friday app. We'll see. Oh. What's that? Yes. Yes, popped in to say hello, but can't keep up, unfortunately. Seconds behind. And I need to ride at this pace to see how long it's going to take on the ebb. We're running with the head. Dipping right through them. Stay on target. Stay on target. Boom. Good for taking a look at this route. Where I started, for some reason I thought I went to Charles Island. Hey there, Owen. Never mind, they all left me. Rick's not turning up for another 16 minutes yet. I'm sure he's watching the stream now, so we can talk about him, and he'll pop on, I'm sure. Uffe seems to have had Discord problems. He popped on, all I saw was the double rotating dots. No audio. And he disappeared, and then came back, and then disappeared again. Oh, another runner. I don't know why I get so much. Oh, I couldn't get over far enough for that one. Yeah, so hopefully in about 15 minutes we'll have Rick. Oops. Well, today's a public holiday here. Not all organisations respect it, but Kimberly Clark started doing a couple of years ago, so I get a long weekend. Although it's a very cold long weekend. Yes, that's the one. So I ordered some components. It's Wednesday. Hoping that I might get them Saturday. Straight through that one, yes. Oh, and another. Oh, bit too far to the right. Yeah, I ordered some components on Wednesday. Hoping they'd be here. I don't know, for Saturday. Because I'm building a power supply. And, well, thanks to the public holiday, I'm not going to see him until tomorrow now. Oh well. How did that runner move over then? It's like he avoided me. What's the only climb worth talking about on this route? Yes, Julius teleported to me. Right on, Julius. Get back on, Owen, otherwise you're going to break your streak. His entry was fun yesterday. Saying, yeah, you'll have to get on your bike soon, otherwise you'll break your streak, Owen. And no one wants a broken streak. talking about, you know, and yeah, tell me about it. I know all about that, Owen. The day that I did 499.9 of the 500 kilometers for the Festive 500 just to be silly, and then tried to do a 100-meter ride. Not happening. Then I tried a 1 kilometer ride. That didn't work either. I think we'll go through the desert now, don't we? Yes. I remember that as well, Owen. That's a black mark in my history. Not doing that again. Yes, we do the desert now, I think. That'll be the flat bit in the relief map. Is what band? Oh yeah. Funny. Sorry, that took a while, didn't it? There's two too many C's in it. I have heard reports of it actually working, providing you've got the app installed. But I don't know how true that is. Maybe someone using a VPN or something. Also heard rumours of many people switching to another application which is owned by the Chinese government. Or potentially even worse. Yes, that'd be the one. Well, I don't know. Messaging me.
Ahoy.
Oi, oi.
Barty, the other day I was Thursday, I think I was watching his stream, and he was mentioning, somehow we got talking about all the old ODZ things, and one of the ones he brought up was Jason and how he would like turn the view from front and then do that center position so that it would look like it was him, and it was a fully interactive looking kind of stream. I just thought of it right there. But yeah.
Well, Julius is riding with me. I'm just doing 2.5 on Magnificent 8, get the route badge, and see if it fits time-wise for a Friday ebb.
Whoa.
Owen says, good morning, sunshine.
Right, good morning.
Uffe's been on and off Discord. He's had a bit of Discord trouble.
Inauguration day, you know?
Yeah.
If anything happens, it's because of Inauguration Day.
I'm sure.
Hey, it's Barty. Did Barty know I was talking about him?
Hey, Barty.
Not necessarily about him.
Rick's just been talking about you. Well, Rick's here as well. He just hasn't turned video on. I don't know if he's shy or what.
Yeah, I'm not dressed yet. It's one of those mornings. Last night, Grace had sub-deb.
You had what?
Which is like, they call it sub-deb. But it's essentially just a school dance that is not funded by the school. A private school dance, I guess. And it was also, when it started, the snow started. And she's getting rides from friends and all this stuff. So I was trying to fall asleep, but it wasn't working very well. So I ended up staying up a little later than I planned. But she made it home safely.
Well, yesterday.
I ended up sleeping in this morning.
Well, I did try and get you up.
Yeah. Well, that was when I woke up, but it takes me an hour to get ready.
So yesterday, I was watching Randy, who was fixing her bike. So I suggested her Twitch handle should be changed to Randy Fixes Bikes. That got turned into a few other different suggestions. At one point, so she makes a change to the settings on her bike and tries it, and it just hasn't fixed it. So I said, I'm surprised there hasn't been any naughty words yet. So, anyway, as she finished the stream, she really baddie. Yes, this conversation stream safe on. It's been vetted. Although Rick's only just covered his nips up, so and it's only by a piece of very thin material. So I don't know whether I should be putting his camera on the stream or not here. Yeah. So at the end of her stream, she really baddie, who I was watching on my other device. So I was wondering at that point whether I'd become two, as two of me joined Baddie stream, but I'm still only the one person. So, all right, yeah, Rick's video on here. Oh, and there he wasn't. Where'd he go?
Down here.
Down where?
Down here.
What are you doing down there?
There I am.
Peekaboo.
Oh, putting on some socks. You know, I find like a good like planting my butt when I put on the socks helps me to get them on proper the first time. If I stand and put on socks, then usually there's some adjustment needed.
I'd adjust your saddle, that might fix it.
Man, so I've been having this thing. You know those times when you just feel like you're coming down with something and then somehow you just, all of a sudden the next day you're like, oh, maybe not. And then the next day you're like, well, I think I am now. I've been going through that all week long. And I really thought Saturday that was it. I'm sick. It's time. Time to pay the dues. And today,
Well, we've known you've been sick for quite some time, but
well, yeah, but that's different. That's manageable.
I don't know about that. So
No, it's manageable. I'm managing.
I'm chatting with a friend of mine. I had a text message this morning. We got talking about some 3D printing stuff, and I found some huge 7-segment numbers that I could print to make a rather large clock. And so I sent him a link to it. He said, I've seen that clock. We're number 467 to annoy my wife with industrial things. I replied with, what? You're only on number 467? Amateur.
Dodged a bullet overnight, looks like. Well, not a bullet, doesn't really matter. But, so we had this snowstorm moving in.
Yeah.
And it was just going to be a small one, and then gradually as it got closer, the word nor'easter came in. And of course, in the Northeast, if you get a nor'easter, anything could happen at that point. You could get 2 feet of snow, you could get, 6 inches of snow, whatever, What is that, like 15 centimeters, something like that? And what is the conversion of centimeters to inch? Well, how many centimeters are in an inch?
2.54.
Okay. Yeah, something like that. And
In fact, hey, you could use that. You could use that to calculate how many kilometers are in a mile.
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking. That's why I asked. So anyway,
Yes, buddy.
it's a good point. It's a good point when you bring that up.
Yeah, we're trying to switch your mail now.
Anyway,
I'm sure he's watching. I said to Randy the other day that we need to convert your mail to kilometers.
Owen says it's pie. Pie is pie is always the answer.
Absolutely. Apple, peach,
That cheesecake.
chicken and mushroom.
Oh yeah, I found the strawberry cheesecake at my local grocery store that's on point. They got it. They have it down. $4 for 4 slices, essentially. Your own little personal cheesecake. And really with cheesecake, the magic of cheesecake is it's like, not that it's not binge proof necessarily, but it is harder to binge out on some cheesecake. Like typically I can have 1 slice. If I only put 1 slice on my plate, I will eat that slice, and typically by the end of it, I'll be like, wow, I really wish that wasn't over, but you know what? I don't think I need another.
So I've got 9 kilometers left on this route here, Rick. Are you going to be on the bike in time to ride with me at all?
And on that route? Probably not. But in general, my plan today is like, I don't know, maybe too. I still have to go do snow removal stuff, so I'm hoping to be done by like 9.
Well,
So that gives
Randy
me
hasn't
just about
taken
2
my
hours.
Randy hasn't taken my Twitch handle change suggestion into account. She just went live. So.
Yeah. Well, to be honest though, she just barely fixed the bike. It did take a while. None of us were onto it. We're all talking free hubs and whatnot. And then she realizes, oh, cassette's on wrong. Which then I'm wondering, how does that happen? I was like, I didn't watch the beginning of the stream, so maybe she had just, maybe it's a new trainer or something. Or she had just set it up, I don't know.
Yeah, so because Yamal done races in miles, Bardi, I had to take the recon course notes for one of his My Wish races, throw it into Excel and have it do the conversion for me so that I could tell him when he was coming up on things. But there was no there's Rick.
Oh, I am just reading this whole thing here. My wife turned to me the other day and said, "You've not listened to a single word I said, have you?" Which I thought was a strange way to start the conversation.
I was going to say that exact same
So
thing
good.
then.
So good.
So the only roll of PLA that I've got for my my 3D printer has been getting kind of brittle recently because it's been absorbing moisture. So I'm thinking about getting a new 3D printer. I was wondering whether I should get a dryer as well. But I was turning the light off that's behind my green screen here, ready for this morning. And I looked down, and there at my feet was the desiccator that Yolanda bought a while ago. I'm thinking, oh, I wonder what temperature it'll regulate to. So I took it upstairs, plugged it in. It was already set at 149 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 65 degrees Celsius. The perfect temperature for drying filament. So my roll of PLA is in there now. It'll probably be, I'll probably finish this ride, go back upstairs and find a blob of molten PLA in the bottom of the desiccator.
Usually Julius joins me and he hangs for a little while and then takes off. Usually if I'm not riding in that group, then I'm usually doing at least 3 watts per kilo.
Well, he had to teleport to me before. Yeah, I left him behind and I've just been doing 2.5. As I want to see how long it takes me to do this route at ebb pace. And 6 kilometers to go, 41 minutes in. This should be doable in under an hour. Well, it will be doable in under an hour.
And last night we had no snow when the sun went down. In fact, the weekend had been warmer, and the snow had melted away. And now it was just weird to have, like, I mean, I knew it was coming, but just to have the snow start at 8 and then just finishing now. And yeah, now it's snowy again. And then yesterday I went and checked the propane because we have a big Arctic blast coming after this storm. And that's the lowest I've ever seen it. I was like, no, what have I done? Usually I get this feeling on the inside. I'm like, I need to check the propane.
Oh, yeah.
And
Go on.
yeah, so then hopefully we can get some. Scheduling it online, it was like 2.5 weeks out, but hopefully the heat won't kick on that much. We do a pretty good job just running on the heat pumps, and when it's cold, then you just kind of survive. But plus, it will also make everybody have to try a little harder on not being chilly. If you feel cold, go outside, come back inside, it's warm again. Don't tell them I said that though. But yeah, it was pretty low. But then we were looking back through all of our propane usage. This year so far is proving to be the lowest amount.
Oh, I'll swap you on. That would be shorts and t-shirt weather for me right now. I mean, it's minus 20 degrees Celsius here. So we've got a fridge freezer in the garage. We had to bring stuff in out of the fridge in there for fear of it freezing.
Oh, again? Yeah. That's
Yolanda
when
had
winter's really kicked in.
I know, Yolanda had 4 dozen eggs in there, so I brought those in yesterday.
Yeah, those are the temperatures expected here overnight and stuff.
I did not venture out yesterday. Yolanda did.
Yeah, what are we looking at? Because you must be getting about the same temperatures, I'm guessing. And we have like, what, -20, at least -20 overnight. And then definitely right around like negative teens all day. Or negative. It's negative.
Yep.
Pretty much just below freezing the entire week. As far as the 7-day forecast stretches.
Yeah. So the bearings,
below freezing.
The bearings in my my furnace fan are, I think they're starting to tell me they need replacing. So hopefully it'll get me to the point where we aren't needing heating, and I can spend a bit of time looking to see what size bearings I need and getting them ordered and getting them replaced.
Dreaming of the days I can do 3 watts a kilo without my heart rate being in the 140s. Again. Wow, it is warm in here though right now. Gradually the heat pumps aren't working as well, but it's still warm for what I've been used to.
How come I haven't given you a ride on yet? I've been giving them out. 2.5 kilometers to go. Thank you for the ride off. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, so I think we only got like 10 centimeters of snow here. It's hard to tell because it's very windy.
What's that in inches?
So I can't. That is 4 inches, right?
There we go. I'm
Did I do
impressed.
Did I do it? Look at that.
He did it.
So, pretty much my way of adapting to the metric system right now, because I'm not a very, like, I don't know. If you give me like a conversion rate, I don't know. It just doesn't work for me. So I need my certain like mile markers, if you will, of the metric system. And then I go from there. So my mile marker at this point is the last time I did a conversion, which was 8 inches converts to 20 centimeters. So therefore 4 inches must convert to 10 centimeters.
Yep. 12 inches
is
is
done if we
near
got
enough for
6
30
inches.
centimeters.
I've been trying to improve my metric speak lately because most of my audience, when it involves cycling stuff, is on the metric system.
Absolutely.
And then beyond that, even if I use it at work, it's hilarious because immediately I get crap about it, which makes me happy.
I'll have 568 milliliters of pale ale, please. You have to ask for that in the tap room next time. Ask for 568 milliliters.
That is one thing we use a lot for chemicals and stuff. We use a lot of milliliter measurements, but not
Mine's
with
the
the
same in
actual
both.
suds.
You mean on both sides of the pond, and yes, it's just gallons that are different.
Yeah. I mean, here a pint is 16 ounces. It's almost
Yes.
like as if when the imperial system was developed, it was like, let's do it based off of a pint. We'll make that a whole number. And then everything else will branch off from that. I mean, this was essentially, they like to say, a country that was developed in the pubs.
Give me some chance. Oh, I can't get over.
An imperial pint is my kind of pint. If I'm gonna have a beer, it's typically 20 ounces. Because that's just enough to sip before dinner and then have a little bit after dinner. I don't typically drink while I'm eating. I don't know why. I'm usually just eating. I'm a very, very serious eater. Gotta get it down. Yeah, see? And that right there shows that the US was developed in the pubs. Pretty sure the entire measurement system was developed in a pub somewhere in Boston. I've actually been to the pub that in Boston that they say is the start of America, or the start of the revolution, was in that pub, the Green Dragon. It's kind of near the north end. It's a nice little pub, but it's kind of, you get a local feel out of it, but there's also just a lot of tourists too. But around the bar, it's typically a bunch of locals mixed in with tourists.
Right on.
Uh-oh. I have so many chats going on here. Stay warm, Julius. I know I won't.
I'll do another 10k, I
Man.
think.
That brewery is so cold when it starts getting like day after day of just extreme cold. That brewery, you know, it doesn't matter what you heat the temperature to.
What's a floz, Owen? Are you flozzing?
Ah, flaws.
Now, Owen, thank you. I've got Taylor Swift stuck in my head. Now, look what you made me do. Probably get banned off Twitch for saying that now.
Dude, we keep it simple at the tap room. We just have, you could have a sample, which is a 4-ounce sample, or a flight of samples, all 4 ounces. You can have up to 8 samples. And then we have our 12-ounce. Our, unless if it's some sort of a spontaneous sour.
I guess,
Then
Owen, a dry pint will be what you've got after you drunk it.
Oh man, a dry pint. Yeah, I don't even know. That just doesn't even make sense. Maybe it's a 12-ounce because it's someone who's, you know, dry.
You're around, yeah.
And then we have a 16-ounce. And then we have our mugs that are 25-ounce.
You mug.
Part of the mug club. That requires mug club membership with dues every year. But it ends up being a very good deal. If you show up once a month and get a beer, then you've saved money. And most of the mug club members, well, I wouldn't say most because we have like 300 mugs. But there's about 100 mugs that are steadily used, I would say. At least once a week used. And then since we're a university town where the brewery is, then we also have the deal that once you finish your mug membership for, you know, your 2 years or whatever it may be, that, you know, once you get to legal drinking age, then you can take your mug with you to whatever job or internship you may be getting ready to do, or to wherever you're getting your master's.
Have you got any ugly mugs?
Oh, there's tons of ugly mugs. They keep us all out back. They shouldn't let us in the tap room, but they do. Hey, who is this guy? Rocky E? What is this?
What are you talking about?
Did you see Rocky E? He did something. He's in the chat of the Swift chat.
Yeah, I saw his name pop up, but didn't see what it
He
was.
stole my name.
Oh,
Well, yeah, we can't tell what his last name is, though. It's just E. Oh, man. All right, so I guess I'm trying to do zone 2-ish, 3-ish for the whole time. I'm still not convinced that I'm not sick of some sort.
What pace is Yumi riding at?
2.9-ish.
I want to go up there today. Seven kilometers. I really don't want to go up the KOM either. Might just turn around and
Lately my vitals have been saying that, like, whenever I ride afterwards, then my vitals say something's wrong with you in my watch, according to my watch. The other day my stress score was 70 after my ride on Saturday. I mean, we did go to that cheer competition, but I mean, it wasn't that bad. I did a lot of sitting. There was a lot of people, which I think brings my stress levels up. But I also felt it while I was riding. I did one race that felt kind of like my old self. But then afterwards, I just felt like I was falling apart doing zone 2.
we had a good buddies entry yesterday. And Schlenker was there. And, I remember Adam Boyko telling us once, or asking if anyone knew this Anne Schlenker, because she just absolutely smoked him on a race.
Nice.
So I mentioned that to Anne. I didn't tell her who it was. And I said I laughed.
She did well sweeping.
Oh yes. Yeah.
I've seen her around, and I'm pretty sure we follow each other on the Zwifts. I'm not exactly sure where our paths crossed, but it was at some point. Several times, I think.
Right, I am going rogue now. I don't know what route I'm gonna take, but whatever it is, I'm manually steering it.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, so Grace's cheer team. Grace injured herself again.
Oh,
But she carried through. I think it was just a stinger, but it was in warm-ups before the actual competition. And she still pulled off all of her tumbling. Did it well. But man, that whole high school team needs, it was the first competition, so I mean, there's that, but man, they have to figure it out. There was a lot of like missed timings, and there was some Like going through it, there were a lot of mistakes, but they still made 3rd place, which was also questionable. They probably should have been 2nd place. But once again, Lewiston, the 1st place team, completely smashed it. If they made a mistake, it was hard to tell because they were so clean with everything and looking impressive. But I think Bangor could do the same thing if they just don't make mistakes. But they also have a tumbler on Lewiston that she was a gymnast for her entire childhood. So she's going out there looking like Lara Croft, just flipping and twirling and just all the way across the mat, doing passes like crazy. She did some sort of a move that Grace was very impressed with. Once it was explained to me, I was like, oh yeah, I saw that. That was cool looking. But yeah, Lewiston, they just, where Bangor has one all-star team to really pick from, that, you know, that their students might be, their athletes might be going a part of. Lewiston has 3 of them, and they're all really good teams. And so they just have a lot more athletes that do it for 11 months out of the year.
Well, my bottle is empty now. So
Uh-oh.
we'll go for another 4K.
It was pretty cool. Yesterday, Grace and I were reviewing the footage that I had partially captured of the routine, because I had my phone resting on a handrail on one of the upper levels in the seats, and I was gripping the phone so tightly that at some point I must have hit the volume button and stopped it and then restarted it, and yeah, it was a mess. But from what I did catch, we were reviewing it, checking timing and all that stuff, and like at one point she like stopped it, and I was like, oh, look at that. And it just happened to be on a spot where she was doing a full, which is like a flip with no hands, where you just don't touch your hands on the ground. And she was like straight upside down with her legs straight in the air, like waist length off the ground. And I was like, holy, look at that. I want to get a picture of that. I've been meaning to get a picture of it, but it was just cool to like see just the mid acrobatics of like, you managed to put yourself fully upside down at like waist height. After doing, you know, several other things before that. I was like, that's pretty cool. All skills learned within the last year.
I can't turn here. Oh yes I can, there we go. Straight through that runner.
Ah, man. Maybe the air quality in my house is really bad or something. That's how I feel. I feel like I'm just missing a little bit of breath.
Oh, I feel all the time.
I did have my heart rate off the screen for a while because I didn't want to look at it anymore.
The results from my pulmonary test came back all normal. So
Well, that's good, but it doesn't explain.
No.
Doesn't explain anything. Yeah, it seems to happen every year though, where I almost feel like I've caught something and I'm like fighting it, but for some reason not showing many symptoms. Could just be winter, because we are in that part of winter right now where it's like it is dry.
We're 2
I have
kilometers.
chapstick at every station.
Oh, we know that you only use that as projectiles.
Depends.
I wonder if 2 kilometers is enough for me to make it to Leonard. Yes, that's the one. Let's
Seems
see.
we have less sounds than we did before.
About
What have
we
they
had
taken away?
6 or 8. I'll have a look in a second. Get this turning. We've still got
Release the Kraken.
we've still got that.
All the important ones are there.
Yeah,
All the ones that matter.
yeah. No, I can upload them as well now.
Ooh, did you see my stream I did on Saturday?
Did I see your stream on Saturday? I did not.
So, were you around the? Yeah, you were here the other day when Yamel was like, "All right, I'm gonna raid to you now," and I'm like, "What? I'm not even doing anything. I didn't ask for this." And so I'm like, "All right, fine, whatever. I'll go live." And it was just a mess because, like, we just recently got switched to cable internet, and that has just pitiful upload speed. And so, yeah, I can only do so much at once before I start dropping frames and stuff. And so I made, so that one was just a big,
There he is. There's Leonard.
that one
I
was
stopped in
just a
time.
big gross mess.
Yeah.
But then,
There he is.
then I did one on Saturday,
Floating around.
and Saturday was, I had someone telling me, "What? It sounds a little off. I can't really hear you over your fans." And I'm thinking, that's weird. That doesn't usually happen. So I'm like kind of looking at some settings and stuff. Finally, I realized that my power cord for my laptop, I put it through over my microphone cord to keep it from getting lost. And at some point I had pulled my microphone cord out just a little bit. So it was, my microphone was running one of my other microphones. So it sounded horrible. And then I went and got on Discord, and then that just was too much for my internet. It couldn't upload that much information. So then everything just shut down, and I'm like, okay. Well, eventually the third one's the charm. That'll be the one.
There you go.
I'll be able to pull that one up.
Oh, and asks if it's a Dyson powered lead.
Now, although smoke would be a nice effect. Could you imagine if I added blue smoke to this whole thing? tomorrow I have to try to do at least either Alp standing drills or intensity by way of a race. Today was supposed to be that, but it's not feeling it today, man. Too much going on.
Never done 40k. Yes, there is one for me. TeamODZ archives. Good all done. I was looking through a few clips that I have saved, Owen, and I found the let me get you some links for your chain. That one. Wait till lay them on stream here. I'll have to sort that out.
But man, yeah, just doing 2 streams. I mean, I'd imagine they get a little easier once you get it all dialed in, but just doing 2 streams, I understand why I've been so happy to just show up and be on a stream and not have to worry about any of the messing around with anything.
Yeah. It's I don't know, get used to it.
It really was unfortunate though that Heidi switched the internet right when I decided I'm going to start streaming, or when you decided I'm going to start streaming.
It really did take him too long to figure that one out, Owen. I mean, if you watch that video, Eric gets it straight away. Justin's like, let me get you a link for that. He's straight on it. Eric's laughing away. Oh. Yeah.
Yeah. Thing is, I always think I'm going to do that. I'm just going to ride zone 2 and just play around with stuff. And I never do. I'm easily distractible.
I'd fall over in a heap if I took both my hands off the bars. I can't do it.
I typically fill my time with like main.
Although I have been known.
Not well, but
I have been known to edit the stream title while I've been racing a TTT.
Yes. It is not the Odiva's ride anymore. Currently a TTT. Usually I'm having like 3 conversations in 3 different chat boxes at once. And not well either. Because usually I'm doing it and then someone else is talking to me, like Andy or somebody, and I'm like, huh? You were talking to me this whole time? I've been over here talking to 2 other people. And typing's hard.
Yes, it's a true story. I was pulling as well at that time. So I'm on the front doing 4.5 watts a kilo, editing the stream title.
On my first one that Yamel had rushed me into, I didn't even think to change the title. And it was from one time that I attempted to do it and then bailed because it was just becoming a pain and I was about to race. And I had put in it, first stream, let's race. And so afterwards I understood why there had been a couple people that showed up in the chat and said, let's race. And I'm like, what? I'm not racing. Definitely not. One thing that did happen though, someone showed up right when I was over. And I mean, this was like a 3.5 hour ride. And I had finished up and I got the typical sprint command thing. And for a moment I thought, nah, I'm not sprinting. Forget that. And then all of a sudden I was like, you know what? I'll sprint. And I got my third best 5-second power. If only I wasn't dropping frame. Yeah.
Yes. 0 drop
Which
frames.
normally I don't get. I don't usually go over 1,000 watts too often, and I did. I think it was also because I knew I was just doing a really short sprint.
Yeah. Yeah, so on one lap, we did Tempest Fuji on the TeamODZ entry yesterday, and on one lap, Anne decided to have a go at the sprint. Over 12 watts a kilo on that sprint she did.
Nice.
Yes. Well, I think it's breakfast time. Oh, breakfast yesterday. I had a good breakfast yesterday. Fried a couple of eggs, sliced some little buns, and I had cheese on that. I spread some butter on the bread, put some onion powder on there, slice of cheese, and then a fried egg. Fried egg and cheese sandwiches.
Nice.
Yes, they were good. Sorry, I should say butties, shouldn't I, Owen?
Yeah, I was gonna say, is that a breakfast, buddy?
It was good, Owen. Yeah. Tempted to do the same again today.
I had strawberry cheesecake for breakfast yesterday, as one would do on a rest day.
That does
It was
sound
good.
nice. Oh. Well, I've got a chicken in the fridge today. I don't know how to cook it yet. Might throw it in the roaster. We'll see.
Oh yeah, you have the day off today, don't you?
I do have the day off, yes. Might even go back to bed.
My entire house has the day off today. Although
Except
Grace
you.
does have a cheer competition. Yeah, I have to go to work. Grace does have to go to a cheer comp. It's a small one, but she has to go do that. So she's not exactly excited about it.
Yeah, I guess a public holiday doesn't stop people drinking beer.
No, we stopped for nothing, apparently. Like, it was only recent that we started closing down for Christmas. It was not that the brewery was open, but the tap room was open for Christmas.
Oh,
Usually it would open a little later.
those little bitty bits of yeast don't take a day off.
Oh no, they'll work, but they don't have to be watched. It's fun. They can do their thing. We wouldn't know anyway. If something went wrong, we find out at the end. The only thing we really track is how well they're performing. But we don't track if something's actually going wrong.
When are we going to get to ride these other routes? Got Yorkshire double loop as well. London Uprising. I've got that one I can ride. New York City KOM after party. Mercury Madness, there's another one.
Yeah, I have a pretty good list that I need to do.
Well, I'm back to needing
I don't know what I'm saving them for, but
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Somehow I don't trust that Zwift is, when they add more levels, that they're going to actually distribute the points appropriately.
Yes,
Back
Swift
to
is
you.
stage 3 now on.
Yeah.
That's the point. I wonder if I got that because I wrote it. No, it hasn't given me a completion for it. Oh,
Yeah, you have
fudge.
to do the actual.
Let the air up my tyres now. Can't ride it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Can't ride it Wednesday. I'll have to do it today.
You have the whole day.
Well, I do, but
I'd probably ride until Grace had to go to school to catch the bus to the competition. If I didn't have to go to school. To work. Whew. Man, I am really feeling it today. I feel like I did Saturday, where it's just kind of a struggle riding at this pace.
there's plenty of time. I didn't think I was going to be leaving the pen with them. Stratford upon Avon.
I think I will do a race tomorrow and just see how I feel.
I'll be doing a race
Adjust
tomorrow.
accordingly. Well, yeah. I miss having a race that means something. That's the other thing. I need to be careful. The last TeamODZ one I did was a good little confidence boost. I did an average of 260 watts. So it's an improvement.
Yeah.
Over the week before. And it was feeling better. Felt more in control. Just Heidi decided to text me midway through the race. It was like right after the first lap. And she's so I'm answering her. I look up and the group has split and taken off. And I'm like, no! I totally could have had that.
Well, I guess I'm not going back to bed now.
Oh wow, all three are new badges. All three stages.
Yeah.
Or no,
no.
It looks like he has all three route badges. Okay.
Yeah, but you don't have a stage though, do you? I was ridden it. I shouldn't have done. I should have ridden. I'll think about what I'm going to say before I say it. I should have waited for this stage to start and ridden with him, I guess, rather than riding that route solo. I'd have waited 25 minutes for the start, but at least I'd have got the. Yeah, you know what I mean.
I'm doing the extra one, or the extra reverse kit, where you do all three stages. All three rides in a stage. From what I've heard, it's just essentially a, what do they call it, a reverse kit or whatever.
Yeah. Oh,
Something I'll-
hey.
Something I'll definitely do it tomorrow, so that I can, with how I'm feeling right now, then I'll be able to choose if I want to keep racing or just go easy. Because I am definitely Something's off.
I can't
feel it.
coffee stop at the start.
Right on.
Yeah. You're running away for lunch?
What?
Owen's running away for lunch.
Running away for lunch.
Don't
All
do
right.
it, Owen. It'll
Well,
get better.
This
No
is
need to
only
run away.
18k. It's only half hour. Alrighty. See you in a bit, Owen.
The weight's starting
Oh.
to drop again. Even
So,
with the cheesecake for breakfast.
rumour has it that Walmart has the Cadbury mini eggs in.
Oh yes, they must. I feel like it's almost a all year round thing now.
Well, so no, not quite. They have Christmas snowballs.
Yeah.
They have I can't remember what they call the the harvest. Can't remember what they call them, but there's some for fall as well. And then there's the Easter ones. Oh, I'm not last. This is more than I planned on doing today. I'll do the figure out what I can do to get the other route badges when I finish this now.
Hey, Owen has his lunch.
Oh, that was quick. What's for lunch, Owen?
Ah yes. A good old chicken wrap.
Chicken wrap. Huh. Looks like we go left here.
I think today's gonna be beans. Let's step out of my comfort zone and have some original recipe.
Yeah. I've got a chicken in the fridge waiting to be cooked. Don't know how I'm going to cook it yet though.
So we've been getting HelloFresh for quite some time. And recently, all of a sudden, it's just kind of been like, man, don't really. It's nice to take a break every so often from it. And so Heidi put in a grocery order. The amount of red meat she got. I have not had red meat like that in a while. I'm going to be eating steaks for a bit.
Oh, and yeah, I roast the chicken for Thanksgiving and for Christmas. Usually, although I had steak Christmas this year. What did I? When did I do the chicken? I did something in a slow cooker. Right, I remember telling the story that, usually I'll find out, or I'll ask what time we're going to be eating, and I try and judge the chicken to be ready at the time that we're supposed to be eating, and we never eat at that time. It's usually 2, 3, maybe even 4 hours later. So I decided for Christmas dinner I would throw something in a slow cooker. It could stay in there all day. Yes, I am the only meaty boy. I need to start getting stuff ready for week tomorrow. Yolanda goes to Indonesia in a week and a day. I get to go and see the kids. I've got a book the room with them yet.
Yesterday, getting ready for that dance. Grace and a bunch of her friends from cheer, they all met up at a friend's house. 2 of them had boyfriends that they were going with, and so the idea was that the other girls were showing up to make sure the boys don't try anything. I was like, this is good. And Grace was taking her job seriously. She wanted to go to dinner with them. Apparently they didn't want the 5th wheel. So but her friend's mom sent the pictures over, or shared them with me on Facebook, tagged me, and holy, I was looking at it like, wow. It was one of those moments where you're just like, well, what happened to my little girl? She's getting older.
I think that each time I see Faith, Hope hasn't made that switch yet, but then this is her first year in university, so. And then they both get together here and they act like they were 6, but.
I mean, there's still that, but I think it's more like the looks. It's like just looking is like, wow, that's not the little kid anymore. But she does look like a teenager. But yeah, we still get to have those like fun times around the house, which is good. But yeah, then when you make that full like autonomous step into adulthood, that's kind of where kids get cool though, because all of a sudden now they become more appreciative of all the things that you did.
Yeah.
For a little bit, until they have kids, and then it changes, I think. Because now all of a sudden they have a kid, so now they're all high and mighty and doing perfect, and you didn't do perfect. No, I don't know if that's the truth, but I'm hoping that's not the truth. Kim doesn't do that, as far as I know. Speaking of Kim, we had Lily all weekend. That's always That's always a shock. Holy, having a 3-year-old for the weekend and trying to go to like cheer competitions and just do things, just to do stuff, just anything. Just the idea of doing what you would normally do in your life, but now there's a 3-year-old trying as hard as possible to make it their way all the time. It's interesting. And then like when we're at the competition, I was looking around and there were some other little kids and they were all like on devices and stuff. And I'm like, wow, they're being so good. And part of me was like, I should just hand my phone to Lily so she stops just bouncing around everywhere. But in the end, I was like, you know what? No, this was good for me when I was a kid. Having to go to events and being told to sit down and learning how to entertain myself with my fingers, just touching my fingers together. So we did. She didn't have any devices.
Yeah, my two get on really well, Owen, for the most part. There isn't much that they do that annoys each other.
Yeah, when you get all 3 girls together, it's interesting. Of course, Heidi is just as much a part of it as they are. All they do is kind of like lovingly get after each other. And I do my best to have the crowd not turn against me. That's about all I can do. Usually Kim is on my side and Grace is on my side. Heidi's not on my side. And Taylor's not on my side.
Well, I'm thinking a reasonable target for me by the end of this ride is to be around 300th.
Oh, I thought you were talking about me. I'm a reasonable target. Because I am. But yes. Is around what? 300th?
300, yeah. And I'm not riding hard.
That
I'm just
sounds
doing
reasonable.
2.2, 2.3.
Yeah.
But I'm passing people.
That's about where I was last time I did zone 2 through the whole thing. Oh no, now I'm getting dropped by Yumi. What happened? I must have been riding very light. Or I missed something.
Definitely looking forward to breakfast now. I wasn't planning on doing this.
Oh, that's not my group. Yeah, so one of my things I was thinking when I was streaming and I got onto Discord, that was when it crashed. My stream went to nothing. I'm thinking I can still get on Discord. I just have to do voice only if I'm streaming. This is horrible. I was with fiber, of course. I was getting pretty much the same download and upload speeds. And now with cable, getting 700 meg download and 10 meg upload.
I should have some money coming my way in August, which last time I used to build this computer that I'm riding on right now. It's the 10th Gen i7, or is it an i5? 16 gig of RAM, 500 gig NVMe disk, and at the time it had a 1070 Ti in it, but now has a 4070 Super in it. So the 1070 Ti is right there. So I might I might get some bits to give this an upgrade.
Jeez, so much for a nice little run tour. Yumi took off. Must have a lot of pullers. I do.
Right, well, I'm about to get 300. So I guess new target will be 250. Definitely need
I
a
was
break.
saying, I don't know how I got dropped that hard.
So I haven't made one in a while, Owen, but chicken and mushroom pie. Get some chicken breasts, chop those up, brown them, fry an onion, and then get a tin of condensed peanut mushroom soup. That's my pie filling. Throw some Worcester sauce in there, and bake the pie.
Ooh, I think in about 5 weeks I'm going to be in Worcester. That's where the New England, whatever your competition is.
Yeah, I've recently
At the
found,
DC Center in Worcester.
speaking of spicy stuff, I've recently found Melinda's ghost pepper ketchup. That's good.
Ooh.
Yes.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah. Find it in Walmart.
You know, I might have seen that actually. Does it come in a small bottle?
You can buy it in a small bottle, but I found that my Walmart also has big bottles.
Okay. Yeah, I saw some small bottles. It was in the discount area, and it caught my eye. Usually, I
Yeah.
look in there for like electrolytes and stuff. There's usually really good deals on those, but not this time. But there was that. Apparently, people don't like spicy stuff up here.
I should send you some, Owen.
Something. Have you seen that Firehouse Subs commercial?
I haven't.
It's I see it on Twitch, but it's a couple looking at a house with a real estate agent, and then the woman asks about, where's the hot sauce bar? And then, of course, the real estate agent says, there's no hot sauce bar. And just the expressions on this woman's face with no hot sauce bar. She just, she plays the part so well. It's absolutely amazing. Hopefully it'll show up next for you. But it's great. First time I saw it, I didn't realize even what the commercial was. And so it really hit me hard. I think it's definitely Super Bowl worthy. Then they also did like a restaurant one where there's a guy in a fancy restaurant. He's like asking about the hot sauce bar. And then he gets
Walmart
mad,
on.
but not as bad.
I'll send you a picture.
That's right. I'm surprised Walmart hasn't expanded to the rest of the world. They don't want global domination.
Well, they kind of have. It's Asda in the UK.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Well, that makes sense. See, now that sounds like the Walmart I know.
Isn't it, Owen?
You're
Yeah, I'd forgotten about Camp Owen.
Does that end up turning into a customs issue when you come back? When you bring food back with you? You have to,
Well,
like, pay all the duties or whatever.
it depends.
Probably still worth it though. I know it's worth it for Canadians, holy. Or at least when the $2 are just right. For them to come to the US and shop. And of course they don't. You know, you see them in parking lots stuffing things into boxes, trying to put everything together, unpackaging things to pretend like they already had it. But it's still worth it enough to pay dues, I guess. No, oh yeah, I just saw that. No, not your Worcester. Massachusetts Worcester. I would hope that the UK Worcester is a lot nicer than the Massachusetts Worcester. I mean, they're working on it, but it's another one of those cities that the industrial age really got it. And they went all in on industry. And then now gradually they're making the city look nice again.
So there's two people on this this event that are talking about food, and then Sarah's popped up and said, "Then you know, pretty much had enough of this food talk." He said, "You all need to stop talking about food." And they carry on, and he says, "Ha, I'm on a fast. I haven't eaten in 36 hours, and I still have 30 more hours to go. And I love olives and cheese and chocolate." All the things that they've been talking about.
Yeah. I hear that's good for you. Man, I don't know. I'd love to try a fast because of the empowerment aspect of it. Yeah, it's always nice to see what things that might have seemed like you couldn't do without, then you end up like having the mental toughness to do it anyway.
Yeah, it would be cheaper on. Let me have a noodle on that. You take the offer, thank you.
Could you like a Rolls Royce?
Thank you, buddy. It was like 380th when I set off. So I passed 100 people. It's doing 2.5 watts a kilo and less. I did fuel for this and I'm already running on empty.
Yeah, I had that happen kind of quickly on Saturday. It was weird. Hunger just hit real quick. I was already feeling bad before that, but I had
Right
a
on, Mimi.
breakfast. And I went for 3 hours of riding. I don't even think I did that much. It was. I was definitely about the time that you hopped on Discord. I was feeling pretty bad. I had already been feeling bad for a bit.
Oh, no, okay. Here you go. Thanks, Devin. You enough.
Oh, the way you keep distracting me with your body. Ay, qué lindo.
Bills to speak about.
Cause I can't stop thinking about your body. Te deseo. Oh, baby, I don't need no shopping spree. I want your body. Estoy en fuego. You take me all around the seven seas with your body. Todo el mundo.
We got anyone else to pass now? I don't think I'm going to make 250. I'm 14. Oh. Whatever. No, I need 14. Oh, I said 364 before. Okay. I'm going to make 12 seconds. Like this. Maybe doing about the same as me or something, huh? disk. Oh, Owen, I've got my Commodore 64 working. That's all repaired. And I built a floppy disk emulator for it. That's working nicely. My 99 4A next. I'm to find a couple of keys for my BBC because I've got 2 keys that aren't working. Key switches. Quite possibly, yes. I've got the floppy drive for my C64, but I don't have any discs for it, so I built a floppy emulator. Now group up ahead. Okay. Got a mile. Mid 250.
Wow. A nice little burp dropped my heart rate down to where it should be.
Didn't work for me.
BPM there. And it's back up now, but it did go down for a moment there, 10 seconds or so.
Yeah, the floppy drive on the C64 Owen was a bit of a strange beast. It had a 6502 in it. A computer in its own right, really. And connected to the computer over a serial interface. Which meant it was slow. But people reverse engineered the protocol that it used to talk to the computer, and fast load cartridges turned up, which modified the way that the C64 and the disc interfaced. And the majority of those were pretty effective. So the floppy emulator that I built includes the fast load ROM, so they load quicker. But other than that, it's a Pi, which emulates 6502 on the disc. Woo. So it works with most. There's another emulator as well that doesn't work quite as well. Well, I'm definitely pooped now, but there's another stage done anyway. I'd have struggled to get that done this week. Be another one done. Yep, stage 3 done. Next week has got... Which routes is it next week? Oh, it's the Petit Doulier. And I think I've got that one anyway. The new routes. Rerode that last week. Oh, so let's see what route badges I can do now. Make a list of route badges and figure out when they're up. When in doubt, get Excel out. Get you 25 points. What's that all about? Uprising. Will you be streaming, Owen? Good. Be persuaded. Yorkshire double loop. That's one that's eluding me right now. Really magnets. Not so much. That's it. Bike out of them. Yeah, tie properly. So I think the longest one that we've got that we can free ride at the moment is the New York City KOM after party, which is a bit of climby stuff. We'll have a look in a minute. What are you doing? Uh-oh.
Adjustment.
He's adjusting stuff again. It'll never be right.
Just a little one.
Be on its saddle next to him. Big ring, yep. Have a look at routes. Sort these alphabetically. Yes, I can. Is it the big ring? Big ring, yes, there you go. So this said 1 hour 30, but I don't know. Yeah, 50k. Got a lump in it. I don't know. Maybe an hour and a half seems a bit excessive. And 40k at 2.5 thereabouts is just over an hour. Yeah, I don't think that'll be an hour and a half. So,
Man, I wonder. So I went to the bike shop recently. Pick up when I went to get that seat clamp, and I measured my sit bones finally for the first time ever. I was like, oh yeah, I should do that. I've been meaning to do that. And I got 105. I don't know how accurate my measurement was. I was just kind of like winging it real quick. But then I just looked at my saddles. They're both 145. Yet from just getting new size saddles. And, well, comfort, at least.
right. So it's Swift. Turn. That goes through the S's, then up the volcano, down the volcano, back past the start on the pier, and then up the epic original Swift KOM. When you ride that, it is an event-only route. Yeah.
Did my screen freeze up at some point?
It did, and then it kind of caught up, and then it froze again, and now you are frozen, yes.
I wonder what even creates that now. That's weird.
Ooh. There's a ride tomorrow lunchtime on Downtown Eruption. So, guess what I could do for that? It's 44 minutes up to what's the kilo. 19 kilometers. Guess what I could do for that is join the event and then ride it later. Just sit in the pen. Let's find that event. Thanks. Tomorrow. Eight. 11:30. 12. Yeah, it's a workout. Sign up for the rebadge. Said. Don't have to leave the pen. It's that one. I wonder if it's a route that I can select now for events. Let's have a look. Clubs, TeamODZ, events. So I'm with a Friday ebb, and then I don't break anyone else's event. Tokyo. No, it's not one that I can schedule, so I must have had Swift HQ put them on that. I guess this is it's me rambling. So, Owen, if you you stream later, providing, well, I'm not going to be in a meeting, am I? It's public holiday. I will do my darndest to come and watch and support. So until then, thank you for being here this morning. Rick's just a pair of spinning dots now. Even enough. Yeah, I'll get some breakfast and see how my PLA is doing in the desiccator. So, take care. Have a great Monday, and we'll see you again later.